Okay, I promised a video that I would make. Let me turn this light out. I don't need that. There we go. About adjusting the audio on the Yaesu FT891. First thing I did is I built a little external speaker years ago. I recommend getting an external speaker. Always sounds a little better. Don't get a little tiny one. Get one that's got a good size full range speaker in it. No need for something real fancy. So let's go through. Let me go to a popular band, which is 10 meters, and that's normal. Now the first thing you can do is, I'll tell you what, let's do this with a radio station. Let's jump down to an AM radio station. I'm still in lower side. That's weird. I should be hearing something.
April and just released this week.
That's because I was tuned to 6 meters. Okay.
In more than a decade. It highlights the growing
Okay, so that's on sideband. If you're listening to AM, just going to sideband. If you're just listening, can help a little bit. Let's switch to AM. Let's start with AM.
For cybersecurity principles
Okay,
across all
that's
phases
normal.
of a space system's
Okay.
life cycle from design
Now,
through operation. Find these stories at federalnewsnetwork.com. I'm Peter Maserlian.
This paid program may not represent the
Okay, so one of the first things you can do is go into your advanced menus, DNR, you can activate that. That does some rather interesting
Your
things.
opinions and accepts no responsibility or liability for any inaccuracy, errors, or omissions reported during this program.
It's time for Fed Talk.
What it's really good for is if you're on sideband and your station is very weak, it will help bring out the voice and cut the static. It's a set of different algorithms that are meant, if you listen to it on just a static station, let's get out of that. We're on sideband. You can hear it playing with the sound. It almost tries to make the static sound like voices. Because that's what it's doing. It's trying to pull out vocalization. So that's one thing you can do with... now, if you're on AM, well, let's go through some of the other menus. There's also... narrowband. There's your notch filter, and there's your bandwidth. And of course, you can turn your noise blanker on to get rid of some of the static. So that's some of the other things that you can do if you're on sideband. What about AM, you say? Okay, let's go to AM. Let's see what's available on AM. Again, you're going to have your notch, can't do width, but you can do narrow filter on AM. Now, what about FM? What do we have available for FM? Okay, FM is obviously squelched. Let's see. Do we have DNR? No. Do we have narrow? Yes, we do. Whoops. Let's go back. Oh, crap. What am I doing? Okay. We have noise blanker. Do we have width? No. Do we have notch? No. Okay, so basically on FM, you're restricted to going narrow band. Now, in your advanced menus, you have all kinds of stuff, including equalization, both for transmit and receive, I believe, at least for, let's see if I can find it. I would suggest looking at your manual to find these advanced settings. I'm just going through these real quick to show you. There we go. EQ, EQ bandwidth, frequency, EQ, EQ. So there's lots of things you can do. So I hope that helps with understanding what you can do to fine-tune the audio on the Yaesu FT891.